Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ken Zaleski, and I'm here to discuss with you guys the procedures for understanding diversity and equality in your workforce. You all were sent here for the same reason, as to try to learn some techniques and some skills that you might be able to take back to your work center and use to help your employees. A little bit of background about myself. I've been in the U.S. Air Force for 16 years. I'm currently an air traffic controller and an air traffic control trainer, and also an undergraduate in human resources development. We're going to conduct an opening exercise real quick just to get everybody familiar with what's happening around the game board and each other. If I can get each of you guys to look at the game board and give me your impression of what it is you think the game is about and your impression of the game. Linda?
Well, it's about understanding diversity.
Okay.
Yeah, and understanding diversity in our workplace. I think it's something everybody should do.
All right, and Nikki?
Yeah, I think it's understanding that everybody has differences and how to deal with them. Where that goes from.
Okay, good job. A little quick explanation of what it is that I believe the game board is when I designed it, and that is a training tool that you guys can use to open up the flow of communications, to try to understand that diversity is a ongoing issue within the communities and the workforce. And the major concern with diversity and equality is that some people perceive it one way while others perceive it a different way. And the goal here is for open discussion. You'll see that your opinion might be different from your opinion, and we'll learn to communicate back and forth from it and understand and get a picture for the fact that everybody is different. And hopefully with that little bit of knowledge, it will help take you back to the work center and pass it on to your employees. I want to remind everybody that during the game we've got blue cards and yellow cards. The blue cards and yellow cards are going to be questions and answers. For instance, the blue talks about historical issues within the United States that have affected diversity and equality. And those will be questions that towards the end of the game we will review and discuss, and I will ask you guys questions to determine whether or not the knowledge has been retained. The yellow cards are suggested ideas that you can take back to your work center to help out with your employees as ways of handling and dealing with diversity and equality in the work center, along with some possible ways to ensure that discipline is handed out if necessary. Some of the goals, like we just talked about for you guys, when you guys go home, is the major goal is that you will go and leave here with an understanding of diversity and take it back to your work center so you can help your subordinates. Also, equip you guys with some strategies that might be offered to you according to, like what I was talking about with the yellow cards, tools that you guys can use to employ these techniques. Alright, so we're going to begin the game now, and what I would like each of you to do is, Linda, if you can start rolling the dice. You're going to move the little game pieces, pick yourself a color, and move the game pieces according to the dice.
I'll take blue.
Roll the one dice there, please.
Do I leave it on the
You can,
table?
yeah, that's fine. Alright, so move 6 places. You can go left, you can start this way, go that way, or you can go this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Select a blue card. Can you tell me what that says?
Have the person across answer. If correct, you both move forward 2 spaces.
So,
if correct, you move forward 2 places.
so
Okay.
pick one, Nikki or Dawn.
I'll ask you.
All right.
What year did the Civil Rights Act ban discrimination in employment practices and public accommodations? Guess.
64.
Yeah, I think it was 64 or 65.
Okay, so if she gets it right, you both move 2
How do we know
spots.
if we have it right?
Flip the card over, and there's your answer.
1964!
Okay, good job. So now both players will move 2 places.
Yay! 1, 1, 2.
On your next time around, your answer.
I'll be orange.
1, 2.
All right, so now Nikki, go ahead and play what it says there.
Okay. What are some tools one could use to teach equality? Well, I think the game's a good idea.
The game board.
Get the conversation going.
What other techniques you think
Well,
are out
I
there?
think this is great because in my workplace, it's difficult to have someone out there just talking and then you're trying to be honest, but you don't want to say anything because it's embarrassing. This sort of is a game and it's not personal.
Is there something other than a game that you might be able to think of? maybe lecture, maybe PowerPoint presentations, maybe role playing,
Yeah.
having some issues that were designed to
I'd
open
rather do
conversation?
this than PowerPoint.
Okay, very good. Donna, it's your turn to roll.
I'm gonna go this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Around what time period did your family migrate to the US? Well, that one's easy for me, being from England. I know exactly what date I got here, and that was October 7th, 1997.
1997. So we have a new person that came from a different country, and I'm sure in your experiences you've dealt with diversity and equality just from your accent maybe,
Yes.
your cultural differences, the way you eat. So do you see those in your workplace, people referring to you differently than they do the guy or the female sitting next to you?
They do, but they do it in a friendly way.
Friendly one?
Yeah, it's not in a bad way.
Oh, okay,
But
very good.
sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable.
Right. All right, well, good job. Nikki, your turn. You got the free roll earlier because you won the question, but now you get to go and roll the dice because it is your turn.
Alright. Got a 4. Alright, let's see, got the yellow card. And let's see, says teach employees that referring to anyone in a stereotypical manner should never be conducted, even joking, with a good friend, because the person sitting across from you might not find it funny.
Okay, from that card, what is it that you're taking from that, Linda?
Well, if someone was joking about, say, the fact that I'm Portuguese, and they were making, linguiça jokes, it would probably hurt my feelings.
Okay, and if your employee came to you in your work center and said these things were happening to them, as a supervisor, what would you do, or what could you do?
I would explain to them that, first of all, I am different. Just because I'm Portuguese and come from the Azores, my culture is different, and I do have different cultural beliefs than they do, but that I'm a human being like them, and they should accept my differences and my background of who I am and who I grew up as and how my parents taught me to be.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, in this particular case, referring to the yellow card as a tool, as a supervisor, what you might want to do in this particular case, if, for instance, she came and confronted me that she's overheard these comments on the other side of the cubicle and it's offensive to her,
Yeah.
my first response would probably be, first off, bring both of the people in the office and explain to them that that is unacceptable behavior. And even in a joking manner, it still might be offensive to others. And please be careful that that's not acceptable in the workplace. So that's just one tool that you guys might be able to take back to your work center. There's many others. That's just one. Linda, it's your roll.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Around what time period, did my family migrate to the United States? They migrated here in, I believe it was 1902.
Okay, 1902. Well,
Mhm.
that was quite some time ago, so you were probably in the wave when they still
Yeah.
came to New York, and that was the big turnover. All right, so you've got a couple generations here in the United States, and
Mhm.
that's good. All right, next roll was Donna.
3. Have you ever been discriminated against? Yes, but not in the workplace.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stop.
You gotta push